Well, hello and welcome to the latest Glass Bullet Pictures location blog. Okay, today we're at a deserted mansion house somewhere in Fife. I will reveal as much as that. It's an interesting location. In some respects it's fantastic, in other respects it's not very good. There's lots of signs surrounding the location basically saying danger of death. So you kind of get the message. It's probably in quite a bad state of repair. One of these Victorian mansion houses where years ago, in order to save on tax, they took off the roof, which caused a lot of damage. As far as I know, I think this house was built in the 18th century. It had some very eccentric owners, including one particular lady who liked to live inside the house with her kind of pet deer and her pet rabbits and all the rest of it. So interesting history. But as I say, from our point of view, it's very much a case of assessing to what extent we could use this as a location. The fact that it's dangerous in terms of structural danger and stones falling off and possibly people getting injured, well, to be honest, it's probably straight away a location we would probably walk away from, purely from a kind of public liability point of view. But in saying that, as you can see from the backdrop, it's got such a really nice kind of backdrop. This is a kind of beautiful September day. The backdrop looks fantastic. There might be some scope to use the ruin in some scenes, perhaps some dialogue scenes, which could possibly be shot here. I've also seen this place in the winter, with lots of snow on the ground, and again it looks quite magical, and again there could be a lot of scope there to shoot some dialogue scenes between some characters and use this as a background. As I say, it's a pity the house is so far gone. If we'd been here possibly 50-60 years ago, then it probably would have been a safer location, and a location we could really have done some really kind of exciting stuff in. But honestly, even if you had the budget to restore it, you'd probably be best just kind of recreating the interior within a studio setting. So it doesn't look it because I've got a big coat on, I'm wearing my sunglasses and my hat, but it's actually a really warm September day. The main reason why I'm wearing my coat, and I've also got some gloves, is because I'm actually going to get closer to the location, and because of that, I usually find in terms of getting ripped and cut and all the rest of it, you're probably best to wear more clothes rather than less clothes. I'm also wearing safety boots. I've got a pair of Doc Marten safety boots, which are great. They're just like Docs, but they have the kind of added advantage of having steel toe caps and also protectors around the heel, which could possibly have been very useful when back in 2011 I basically injured myself on the set of Legend of Black Diamond in the Citadel location, and ended up having to go to hospital and getting quite serious ankle surgery. To this day I've still got titanium plates in my left ankle, and it probably took me about a good kind of 3 or 4 months to learn to walk again after that. So here's an example of a person who has to take safety really important. And if you're filming in locations which are potentially dangerous, you might want to think to yourself, is it worth it? And perhaps you just kind of walk away from that particular location. In terms of kit, again, we're using the Canon XF1 camcorder connected to a Sennheiser wireless system. I'm actually finding the XF100 is actually quite good for these wee kind of location reports, because the end result is going to be YouTube. The kind of quality which we get on the GH5 is probably not so particular in terms of these particular kind of video blogs. Never a great look, particularly if you wear spectacles, but at the end of the day, going over the kind of safety gear that I'm wearing a kind of hard hat, fluorescent jacket, and also safety boots which have steel toe caps. So if you're in a kind of potentially dangerous situation and something falls, or if you step in something, hopefully this gear will protect you. And probably wouldn't even consider filming inside it unless we did a risk assessment. But going by the signs that say danger of death, then I think somebody has already done a risk assessment on that basis. So other advantages of wearing this kind of gear, normally if you're seen in this kind of gear, people assume that you're somebody of importance, and hopefully you won't be disturbed. Certainly in Glasspool, it's commercial work. We often have to wear this kind of gear to basically abide by the health and safety standards laid down not only by the company but also by the company that we are also working for.